Hello everyone, Caduce here. If you don't know who I am, I run a B2B software company called Inframail, and we do about $79K per month. I'm gonna talk to you today about how to collect $30,000 to $100,000 per month from your already existing B2B or B2C SaaS user base in 4 to 7 days with no paid ads, very little work, and 80% plus profit margins. So the first and foremost, I just wanna let you guys know that I'm not grifting, obviously, so I wanna go straight into my Stripe and show you. So you can see Inframail is my software company, right? If you could see, this is the website that we have, and you can go check it out yourself. It's very niche software for cold email. We did about gross volume 1.18 million, but you could see December of 2024, which literally is just last month, we did a 76K gross volume, 66K net. So hopefully that provides you enough proof. I mean, there's no inspect element. This is a video, okay? So who am I, and why am I talking about this? Well, I'm Caduce. I live in New York City currently and was raised in Vegas. By the way, if you like the intro to the video so far, please like the video, subscribe. And if you're interested in building or growing a SaaS, or you're building or growing a SaaS, check out my newsletter below, bitbankclub.com. It's completely free to check it out. So anyways, I run a B2B SaaS company doing 75K plus per month and about 50K in MRR with $0 in funding. So we completely bootstrapped it, and we did it in 16 months, which is pretty spectacular. And I've been in the SaaS space for 2 years now and organically grew the company bootstrapped, like I said, with no paid ads to 500 plus users. And we could check these stats on indiehackers.com, which shows our live Stripe verified revenue. So I'm not grifting at all. You can see here gross volume 1.17 million, gross volume 76K. This is all time, and then this is of course the one from December that I just showed you guys. So the audience for this video, the people that actually want to watch this video in full, I mean anyone can really watch this video, is your prerogative, but the people that I really care about, this video is for B2B or B2C SaaS founders with a strong user base, right, or SaaS companies with a strong user base doing 30 to 100K in MRR. Okay, and if you're a SaaS founder and you're struggling to make more profit with new services and products or software features, right, this is the video for you. If you're, founder noticing inconsistencies in revenue and wanting a stable, high profit offer, this is also for you. Companies with high churn seeking to retain users longer, and founders aiming to increase their LTV by 2 to 5x, reduce their churn, right? This video is not for SaaS companies with a small user base. If you have anywhere from 30 to 50 users, unless it's a very high ticket SaaS, anywhere from 500 to 1K per month, then this is relevant to you. But if it's like some, $50, $100, $200 product, this is not going to be relevant to you. Okay. SaaS companies still in the ideation phase, so if you haven't actually built out your product and gotten some sort of product market fit to some degree, I mean, not even at that stage, it's very difficult for a company even at $1 or $2 million to find product market fit. But I mean, if you're still in the ideation phase where you don't even know what you're building yet, this video is not for you. SaaS companies without a predictable way of acquiring users and traffic monthly. So if your traffic is inconsistent, if you don't know where your users are coming from and it's very inconsistent month after month, this video is not for you. And SaaS companies generating less than 30K MRR, this video is not for you. So let's get right into it. I had some of this lemonade here, this Dole real lemon juice or whatever. This is pretty good, but very, very sugary. Anyways, so the reason I made this video is I collected almost 30K, right, in cash collected from our user base in 7 days organically. And I collected about $10,000 paid in full in annual plans and about $20,000 in high ticket services. And we have a very small user base at the time. I mean, it was like literally, a list of less than 400 people. Okay, and this was driven by a drop in revenue, and I needed to increase it without any additional spending. So I realized our SaaS was literally just, going downhill to some degree. I mean, I saw like a little drop off, and I was like, I need to save this, right? So literally in a few days, I spun up a high ticket offer because I kind of understood my user base. I mean, I was them at one point. That's why we built the product that we built, the SaaS that we built. So I spun this offer up, and it ended up working out really, really well. And I realized revenue growth could, come from raising prices, upsells, cross-sells, or reducing churn. So instead of doing any of that, I just basically, I sold an upsell. I guess I sold a high-ticket upsell, okay? And this was inspired by the new and up-and-coming industry called growth operating. And if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it to you very briefly. If you're probably in the SaaS space, you might not know what it is if you're an engineer, developer, or some sort, but if you're a marketer, you probably know to some degree, but so if you understand growth operating, there's leaders in the niche right now, right? There's Eddie Cumberbatch, Pierre Curry, Ben Bader, Yusuf Lashwell, and all these guys, basically what they do is they take a creator And what growth operating really means is they leverage someone else's audience to sell high ticket services, showcasing their expertise, right? So, for example, if you get a creator for 100, that has 100,000 followers, and she teaches, how to make money online through Instagram, how to make $100 a day through Instagram, that biz op offer, that info offer, these guys take her, build a funnel for her, a sales process, a high ticket offer of 3, 4, 5K, right? And they build a whole funnel and a VSL and all this stuff, a video sales letter, and they basically turn her traffic into money, okay? I'm in Ben Bader's coaching program, by the way. It's a really good coaching program. But anyways, this is why this works, right? AI and social media are growing rapidly, and traditional education and career paths are becoming obsolete. So these guys basically sell BizOp or info products or educational online education services for people to learn how to make money online or to get coached on how to be, better in their marriage. It's many different coaching offers. I mean, that's the kind of range that I'm kind of thinking of right now. But so this is the bright idea that I had, right? I realized my SaaS acted like a creator. I was like, well, my SaaS is basically the creator, has a little bit of clout, right? A lot of people in the cold email niche know about it. And my user base was essentially the audience, right? And all the people that were on my email list. And I decided to sell to my audience to address their pain points and boost revenue. So I never really sold to my audience. And again, like if you never write emails to your audience and you come with a high ticket service right away, it's not going to be in good nature, and you haven't really put any goodwill where they respect you, think you're an authority to some degree or whatever. I mean, it's a very good thing that they're using your product for sure, but you want to give them a lot of free value and free advice or free consulting or free information up front in the emails with a bunch of value, and then you can sell your audience later on, right? So the first offer that I had was the annual plan offer. So of course, a lot of B2B or B2C SaaS companies struggle to sell their annual plan, right? Obviously there's high churn, people churn 3, 4, 5 months on average. So we obviously want to sell that annual, plan so we can increase that LTV of that customer, upfront, 3x. So even if they stop using the service in 3 or 4 months, they still have already paid upfront for the year. And interestingly enough, when I sold these annual plans, I saw that where a bunch of people were, I mean, not a bunch, but like some people weren't using the software, but they already paid for it up front. So I collected already an extra, $600 or $700, $800 from them already up front, right? Because of the offer that we had. So the incentive that I had, with our annual plan, right? It's just, so there's always, of course, the price incentive of, offering them a 20% discount for paying upfront for the year. But also if you offer different things that the month to month does not offer, right? A different offer, like, a 1 hour coaching call or whatever it may be, you're going to get a lot more people and, a bigger incentive to hop on the annual plan. For example, if you created a community for only annual plan members where you give them free info and have daily calls, etc., that's a real reason, why they should, basically pay for the annual plan. So with the annual plan, we decided to give our users an incentive with millions of leads. So it's a cold email product that we have, a cold email software. So we gave them access to millions of leads that they could email for completely free if you sign up to the annual plan, which we never offered before, and we only had 10 spots open to that. So we ended up basically filling up all of the 10 spots, and we had 10 people just pay for the annual plan, which is really interesting. I'm like, wow, we just collected basically over 10 grand. Which is amazing. So we saved users money on the time scraping leads from lead databases, and scraping the web, etc. So this is a huge incentive for them to do this, especially with the cold email niche that they're in. But the second offer that I had, I was like, I want something a little bit more high profit and a little bit more expensive. Okay. So what we decided is we decided to go with a high ticket service, and we created a $4,000 service to solve specific user problems. Basically, I guess you could say, a coaching offer in a way, but it wasn't really coaching. We actually gave them a service. We implemented a done for you service that was 90 days, and it was $4,000, right? And we built a new offer and funnel in 48 hours. So I literally just spun up a funnel, and I'll show you exactly what it looked like right here. So this is exactly what the funnel looked like. It was very simple. There was literally just a headline, no VSL, with a button, just a few little results right here from our cold email campaigns, and then an apply now button, and then we have obviously a very standard two-step, or I should say, a three-step funnel where the next page you answer a bunch of questions, right? It's a form, and then the other step is you schedule a call, right? So super, super easy. So the outcome of this is we collected $19,000 in 4 days from 4 spots at 4K each and 1 at 3K. So it was really, really cool. I mean, very, very easy, I would say. And the surface fulfillment is something that we already do for ourselves. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity, right? And the impact that it has on your LTV selling a high ticket offer to your user base is insane. Number one, I mean, you're going to increase the valuation of your business because your LTV is increased across all of your users, which is already inherently a really good thing. Selling a high ticket offer, for example, 10% of your user base can increase LTV to 2 to 5x, right? So for example, if you have 500 users, $300 initial LTV. So let's say you have a $100 product, they pay $100 per month for 3 months, and then they churn, right? It's 150K total revenue, right? But if 50 of these users, 10% of them purchase a $5,000 service, adding 250K in revenue, then your total revenue is $400,000, right? Divided by 500 users. So your new LTV is 800. So you just did a 2.67x increase from 300 to 800 just by selling 50 people on a $5,000 product, right? Now it seems very simple enough, right? But it's actually, very easy, especially if you have a high traffic business or you have, thousands or, hundreds of users, thousands of users, let's say 1, 2, 3,000 users on a monthly basis. This is a very, very easy offer, right? For example, if you look at a company like Beehive, a SaaS company, right? They have very low churn anyway, but they have thousands of customers. If they had a coaching offer where, they guarantee, for example, you add 1 to 3,000 people onto your personal newsletter, then you sell that product for about let's say $4,000 or $5,000, or you sell a course for $1,500 or $2,000. That's going to be printing extra cash, right? It lowers their churn because people know how to use their software and they're going to have success using their software, and also they just increase the LTV, right? So how do you find a high ticket service? Number one, you ask your user base. You schedule calls with your users. You use a type form. I recommend calls. So you just schedule like 15-minute calls. You just do an email blast and you say, hey guys, I want to know more about you and what issues you're facing and why you're using our software, etc. And you just schedule calls with users, okay? And then you build an offer around their common pain points, and this is going to be a service. This is exactly what makes it very, very high profit, is the fact that it's a service. So it's very easy to fulfill. It is time consuming, but you have some people that you can outsource the information to, especially if you have very good SOPs or you're really good at fulfilling on that specific offer or teaching that specific offer or whatever. If it's a coaching thing or an implementation, then you can hire people to do that, and then that's going to be a high profit business because the person that you're hiring has SOPs. You outsource it to a different country, you're good to go. Okay, so so in this case, you build an offer around common pain points, and then that's very simple, right? You're just going to ask them and you build an offer around that, right? That's what we did. Literally, it took me a couple of days to do it. And steps to add 24K to 80K per month in profit, right? So this is going to be about 30 to 100K per month in revenue. You identify your user base pain points, okay? You schedule 15-minute calls with them. You build a high ticket offer or sell your annual plan. So if you're like, hey, I don't want to sell any info or coaching, I'm against that, for example, right? You could just sell your annual plan, and then you can make your annual plan something that's, of course, inherently is high ticket, right? If it's, let's say, for example, $600 for the annual, or $1,000 for the annual, or $1,800 for the annual, you'll get them to buy it if you if you offer something alongside the annual plan that they usually would not get. So for example, you have 10 spots opening. You say, hey, we're going to have a private school community that you can join where we show you secrets and hacks and things like that about how to utilize the software. For example, SEMrush is a very high complex software. So if you offered something to a subset of users and said, hey, we'll teach you how to do X, Y, Z and gain whatever outcome that they want to gain, and you put them in a private exclusive community for those high ticket SEMrush users that are on the annual plan, then you have a really, really, really good business, right? And you can collect 30 to 100,000 per month with 80% profit margins with ease. And of course, if it's your software annual plans, you're collecting basically 98% profit, right? If your SaaS is highly profitable, I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't be, right? But at a minimum, it's going to be 80% profit margins, whether it's a service or even the SaaS annual plan side, right? So my offer to help, if you're a B2B or B2C SaaS founder above 30K per month in MRR, I can help you, number one, build an offer from scratch. Number two, set up infrastructure for your high ticket offer. Number three, create an efficient appointment setting and sales process. Number four, guarantee you make your money back in 30 days or you get a full refund. And five, if this system/infrastructure will generate you 30K per month to 100K per month, guaranteed, right? So we're guaranteeing that, or you don't have to pay anything, right? So anyways, if you're interested, you could book a call with me below in the description. And note, all calls will be canceled if you're below 30K MRR or you're unable to invest in the project. So I hope you have a very great day. And like I said, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got something from it. And if you have a SaaS right now that you're between 30K or 100K MRR, you have hundreds of users or thousands of users in the B2B or B2C market, I recommend basically asking them what they want and then building an offer around that and collecting cash, extra, $30,000 a month does not hurt at all. Increases the LTV, reduces churn because people know how to better use your software, and you just inherently increases the valuation of your business because you just reduce churn and you also increase LTV. So I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, you could totally hit me up on Twitter at Kidous Pro at Life, KIDOUS Pro at Life. I'll leave that in the description below as well. But yeah, peace out.